Le programme suivant sera en anglais.
ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون ربنا سكر الذي بالكاف والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما Sadid Lisani, Nawir Janani, Safi Amani, Wazid Barai. Viewers from around the world, welcome to ECO from TOUBA, happening here in Dakar by the Veden at Lamphal TV every other weeks at 3 p.m. Thank you again for joining us. But before we start, we're going to wish long life to our Khalif, Sheikh Muntakha Ibn Sheikh Bashir. Of course, Khalif of the Mureed order. We just did the Magal and it was beautiful, and Alhamdulillah, we wish that all his goals be accomplished by Allah, and the one that really have him, the most important right now is the university he's about to build, inshallah, with 37 billion to start with. So may Allah help him finish all these tasks, and also wishing well to all the Mureed community and across that, the Muslim world. We are delighted today to have our guest coming straight from Gambia, Sokhna AISSATU NDIAYE.
Yes.
Sokhna AISSATU NDIAYE, by the way, work for Paradise TV and radio station. But before we start into the conversation, let's welcome Sokhna AISSATU. Sokhna AISSATU, welcome to the program.
Thank you, S.Fallou GAYE. Thank you for giving me the opportunity and the privilege to sit here in this precious platform for the program called Echo TOUBA, which is really a privilege for me from the bottom of my heart.
Sure.
I say hello to my brothers and sisters in Senegal, and I send you greetings from the Gambia.
Right.
My name is AISSATU NDIAYE. Talibé Serigne Cheikh Ibrahim Mbake, Ibn Serigne Fallou Mbake.
MashaAllah.
I'm glad to be here. I am from the Gambia, from the office of the Mayor of Banjul, Rohim Malik Lo, who's been very helpful in presenting buses, taking people from Gambia to TOUBA and back for the second time. And I'm also a member of the Gambia National Women's Council under the office of the Vice President. But moreover, my trip to Dakar is been facilitated by the Paradise TV that I represent under the able ownership of Mr. Aruna Drame, who knows right now that I am sitting in this platform.
He's the director of Paradise.
Yeah, he's the owner and the CEO of Paradise Television and Radio. In a nutshell, it's my pleasure to be here, S.Fallou.
Thank you, Sokhna. And
Thanks to my brother,
right,
Hadi Mustafa in New York.
In New York City, right.
Who made it possible for me to join your network.
MashaAllah.
To the level of coming here.
To get us connected, right.
Yeah, it is my pleasure.
So thank you, brother from New York, but also to Rohim Malik Lo, the mayor of the city of Banjul over there in Gambia. Again, can you tell us a little bit before we go further about your educational background?
Yeah, first of all, I belong to a Muslim family of four sisters. And my father was an imam, and I got educated in Banjul in a primary school called the Mohammedan Primary School, to St. Joseph, to Gambia Technical Training Institute, where I did my higher teacher certificate before I worked in offices like the Nigeria Airways and the Gambia National Center for Arts and Culture. From there, I traveled to upgrade my education in the United Kingdom that I stayed for some years.
Right.
Yeah.
So how was Gambia back then when you were like in high school over there? I think, who was the president there? Jawara or the other guy? I mean, Jammeh.
Yes, Alhaji
Just tell us a little bit about, you know, the structure of Gambia.
The structure of Gambia was Alhaji Sadao Kairaba Jawara was the president of the Gambia. He was titled Kairaba in Mandinka, meaning the peaceful guy.
The peaceful guy.
So it's kind of explained the kind of gentleman he was.
Okay.
And then we had Yaya Jammeh for about 22 years. That I decide not to
You can
comment.
describe him.
Yeah, I can describe him.
Right. Well,
Maybe we'll get into the discussion later.
Absolutely.
Until we have the new president now, Mr. Adama Barrow.
Okay.
I am part of that government. I'm part of the system.
Barrow team.
Yeah, I'm part of the team.
Okay.
As well as the vice president, who happens to be our boss, the National Women's Council, and then the mayor of Banjul. We are all part of the United Democratic Party in the Gambia.
So no lenience. You're just going to say just like it is, inshallah.
Yeah, it is, no problem.
All right. So what happened is after you studied over there again in the Mohammedan school, and then the other one, St. Joseph. Here you go. You went to England. What triggered your need to go to England?
Well, I thought I would go and get greener pastures in England. Not only will I go and work and earn money, but to operate my education in England. I got a lot of things. I was able to upgrade my television, production skills. Like I had a partner called Tony Olomudu, the director of BEN TV. I was able to do things with BEN TV or BETV in England, who are both black television channels. But also I thought it was important for me to go and look for greener pastures.
Right.
I spent so many years in England. I spent so many years in England. But you realize that the kind of job you will need, you will never get in England. Yeah, even if you have the qualification or the educational background, you will not be able to get the kind of work you need. So I said, I'm going to go back to my country. And that was why in 2 weeks, when I was coming back home to Africa, it all happened in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I packed my stuff and I said, I'm going home.
You decided to come back?
Oh, yeah. And I
made your mind in 2 weeks?
I made up my mind and
so
I
we're going
came
to come
back.
to what made you change your mind on that. Because the cultural thing is not adequate to your life. What happened in England? Is it, describe us what troubled you over there?
The thing that troubled me most was that it was difficult for so many of them to accept us. They called us names. I am telling you something that I experienced myself. I got into
compared to a lot of countries in Europe. I've seen it's more open country. Even Islam is like wider in terms of getting into the population. Better known in England. There's more different races. Kind of a melting pot over there. So what is it? It's hard to understand that. It is hard to believe, but it also happens. I realize that I am missing my way, because I have got some qualities that my country needs. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
For
example, when I was going to England, I had some educational background in television presenting. I had some educational background in culture and stuff like that. But when you go back to England, if I tell you the kind of job I was doing compared to my area of specialty, then you will say, what are you doing there? I realized I was not doing what I am supposed to do. That's why I came back home. You understand? Right. Mureedism, that linked us together, me and you, it's very popular in England. We have been practicing it. We have formed, and I was a member of some of the organizations, the diaries and stuff like that. Yeah. Right. Everything is going on. But my brother, I think the best thing that was good for me was to come back. Yeah, really. Right. To be very frank. So how the diaries doing over there? There's many diaries over there. Mureed diaries, Tijani. Describe us about the well, the Mureeds are doing very well.
They are.
In London and in Manchester. Those are the two big diaries I knew. Okay. One in Manchester, I was a member. The journal was called TOUBA Sen or TOUBA something. Right. And they were operational. We used to go every Thursday, and we will meet. We'll do our participation, and if any of the leaders come, they're always taken care of, and the diaries will be responsible for them. If you know what I'm saying.
Do they have a Sheikh Al Khadim house over there, Kursering TOUBA?
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yes,
Beautiful.
yes, they do.
Beautiful.
I don't know exactly, because when I left, well, it was supposed to be changed to another place. Yeah, but I'm not sure where exactly, but they do have one in England.
In England,
yeah, they do.
Beautiful.
And the biggest diaries, as far as I know, are the ones in London, and the other one in Manchester.
In Manchester.
That was when I left. Yeah, and
so to make my question again, we're delighted to have a guest today from Gambia, AISSATU NDIAYE, a journalist. By the way, she worked at RTS. She did training over there at RTS, the radio television of Senegal, but also to Dunia FM here in Dakar right now, currently working with different organizations, the mayor of Banjul, but also the vice president of Banjul, of Gambia. Here we go, in England, you came back. Is it, though, to make it plain though, is it a racism problem over there? It exists in Gambia?
Of course.
It does?
Of course it exists. Because there were occasions, I can just name a few. I got into a train and some footballers were coming from Doncaster to Leeds because they were shouting and they were laughing, and I was sitting down. They said, "Why are you not smiling?" I said, "Why do I have to smile?" They poured alcohol on me.
Oh boy.
The other time I got in a bus and somebody was sitting, because I'm dark and the person is white, the person has to get up. She had to get up from the bus.
That stays in the mind.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not saying all of them are like that. What I realized, I am not a British citizen. I should come back home to my country. And the advice I give to people out there who are struggling to leave is take your time before you go. Because sometimes you go to hell and back in order to make ends meet, if you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So people have to... What is wrong with coming back to your country? The English saying goes, you never fail until you stop trying. If you try in another country and you didn't make it, you can come back peacefully to your own country.
Absolutely.
And that is what I did. I just came back to my country.
Okay, that's beautiful. I mean, this should be here throughout the diaspora. We understand Africa has to be built, and this should be done by, the children of Africa, wherever you are, and Africa needs all those hands right now. And racism just is not a white thing. It could be a black thing. It could be some people that just have some evils in them. So, and then sometimes when they encounter with people, they can hurt them without even knowing. Those people will live definitely most of the time with that particular experience. So racism is just something that needs to be erased, even if it's white, black, or whatever color it is. So here you go. You came to Africa now in Gambia. How was it your return? How your family accepted you back and the environment? Tell us about the second Gambia.
It was good.
It was.
My family were glad to see me back home. I have an elder sister. She's a consultant. She works for the WHO, the World Health Organization.
Right.
She's called Dr. Ramunjai. She's been very helpful to me when I came back home. Though she is a British citizen, but she left England and came back to Gambia to bring a project called the Prolifica Project. That is how to campaign to fight liver cancer, and she's been very helpful to the Gambian population. Right. So, she's been very helpful to me. My family, I had about 2 daughters there in the Gambia. So that's it. When I came back, I just sat down and looked at what I needed to do. So I realized I had wasted much more time there. And moreover, it gave me the time to really dedicate myself in, working for Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. MashaAllah. As a Mureed disciple. It gave me more time to work for Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. All
right. So working for Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, here we go for the topic really we want to talk about. You coming to Gambia, living England, of course. How did you start it to mingle with the Mureed community in Gambia? What did you start it?
I started when I was a young girl, around 18. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, before you go to England?
A long time ago.
Right.
I just loved Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba.
MashaAllah.
For reasons I cannot tell you. I loved Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba from the bottom of my heart.
Beautiful.
And I belong to a family that I am the only person, the only Murid disciple in my family. But my mother has passed away, but she helped me. She loved and she praised Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba. Before she died, the last word she said in her mouth was, "AISSATU." I said, "Yes, Mom." She said, "Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba has worked and suffered for the Almighty. That's why the Almighty has paid him with this kind of people." He's got the, you know, I don't know how to translate it in English. In the wall of sayings, Serigne Touba dafa liggéeyal borom moo tax suñu borom fay ko mbooloo.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That was the last thing that came from the mouth of my mom.
You.
And my mom was not a Mureed, but she's been very helpful to me. I thank God for being a member of the Mureedullahi fraternity. I really thank God for that. Because Serigne Touba has got it all, if you understand what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Before I became a Mureed, before I belonged to the community or the brotherhood, I read and I looked into Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba. Look at where he started. Just look at where Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba started. Look at look at him as a person. Look at how he suffered. Why should he have suffered if not for us? Why should he have suffered if not for the Mureedullahi fraternity, for people who believe in him and who follow him today and tomorrow? That's why I see no other. For me, it is only Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba, Mam Sheikh Ibra Fall, and nothing else. Right. Yeah, I don't need anything else.
That's beautiful, said AISSATU.
Really.
And here you go. I mean, there's diaries around. When you got into the Mureed order, you went to see the Jawriñ, meaning the representative of the Khalif over there. How did you start? How you did it?
Well, the representative of the Khalif General is called Papa Demba Diop in Banjul. Yeah, he's the representative of the Khalif General in the Gambia. His father and my father all came from Senegal. They were businessmen and they came to settle in the Gambia.
They stayed.
And that is how they got to marry Gambian wives. That is my mom, you understand, because my father came as a businessman and settled in the Gambia. Right. But him and Papa Demba Diop's father were very close friends. But my father was from Tiwawan, and Papa Demba Diop's father was from TOUBA. Right. So because they were close, the family was very close. So that was how I got close to that family. And every day I will tell the man, I want to go and dedicate myself. Sure. The first person I wanted to dedicate myself was Sheikh Modou Kara. When he came to the Gambia so many years ago. Right. But, you know, I was shy and there were too many people, so I just went back. Until Sheikh Ibrahim Mbake, the son of S.Fallou Mbake, came. Right. That was when I dedicated myself. I became his disciple. But it was a long time ago. And I regret nothing, to tell you the honest truth. Being a Mureed is the best thing that has ever happened to me in my life. Yeah. It is a right way. It is the right path. If you follow, if you know what I mean, if you follow the teachings of Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba, if you do as he say, if you follow his preachings, it is the best thing that can really happen to anybody. Beautiful. And it's nice to hear from you, AISSATU, of course. Here we go now. You are now into the order with Sheikh Ibrahim of S.Fallou. By the way, assalam to the Sheikh Ibrahim. And your first trip, because obviously you're going to have to come to TOUBA, visit the city, see the mosque, see what's going on over there. When was your first visit to TOUBA? So many years ago. I can't remember. You can't even remember. But I remember the first time I went to the tomb of Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba. I just held it and I kept crying. Oh boy. Up till today, if I visit the tomb, wherever to Serigne Fallou's tomb, I can't stop crying. You understand what I'm saying? I feel it. You can describe the feeling. Yeah, for me, Mureedullah is not something that you were called, but I really feel it. I really feel it. You know, if you start preaching about Serigne Fallou Mbake, if you go to the middle, you can see the love, how I really feel it. To tell you the honest truth. And Sheikh Al-Khadim said himself that when Prophet ﷺ, when where they were just spirit, not being human being like we are right now, and Allah said, "Am I not your Lord?" And Alastu bi Rabbukum? Qalu bala. They said yes. And then after that, Rasul came in and then chose all the Muslim that are supposed to be on earth later on. And then Sheikh Al-Khadim said, at that time I came in and chose myself the Mureed inside what Rasulullah chose. So being a Mureed doesn't mean you came in. It's like Serigne Touba
chose you
to be part of him. Yeah.
That is a very thing that you know, we have to understand.
Like you're chosen.
Right, you're chosen. It's not about from your mind or something. So that love, whatever chose you, also put that love in your heart. You said when you go to the shrine, you can hold yourself from from crying. You know, we were talking during the Magal time though, and Magal's been special, but especially this Magal is just huge. What we saw over there in TOUBA, and you were in Sarin Ibrahim's house, right?
Yeah,
in the compound, right? Yeah. So how was the Magal? Tell us about the what you saw this year compared to the other ones, and you know, your impressions about the Magal.
It was great. It was wonderful. Like I say, if you come to TOUBA every year, you see it. Every time you come to TOUBA, you see something new. Like I said, anytime I come to go to my sheikh's place, I'll get lost. Yeah,
this is how the city is growing.
Yeah,
the second largest city right now in Senegal.
The infrastructure is going very well here in TOUBA.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That is, you know, as far as I am concerned, it is also important. In tariqs, like in Mureed, you do not only talk about, you talk about Islam, you talk about being close to the Almighty God, but we build ourselves, we build our cities, and we build our communities. It is very important.
Very important, right, right.
Yeah, so because you know, so many people love TOUBA because of what they see in TOUBA.
Absolutely, unique.
Yeah, it is unique.
Absolutely.
It is very unique. So really, for me, we have, you know, everything. MashaAllah.
Go, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So, by the way, thanks to TOUBA Chakanam, also an organization that is really realizing a lot of projects.
We have it in the Gambia.
You do have it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what they've been doing, buying ambulances for the city, buying a lot of stuff, building hospitals, and also really helping for the betterment of our city, the only city we have. So, alhamdulillah, beautiful project by Senegal Chakanam. So, cheers to Sëriñ Habibu. Hopefully we're going to have someone from that organization to come and really explain the details about that organization that comes really on the right time right now. We need an organization like that to help us with everything we're doing. During the Magal, when people, like for our viewers from abroad, when they hear the Magal, they be like, what is it? Why? What's the reason why people gathering? Because when they think people gathering for the Hajj, why is it? Do you have an idea why people are getting to TOUBA and doing the Magal? It's not a tricky question though.
You know, it's two things.
It's something I want to explain.
Is it the return or the sheikh? The time the sheikh was taken to exile, or the return?
Which one you think it is?
When he was living.
When he was living.
Yeah.
Actually, it's both. Because there's a lot of things that is intricate in terms of the Magal. He celebrated the 18th Safar is a very.
So we celebrate his going and return from exile.
Not exactly. Not exactly. I'm going to live, because the return is celebrated in Darussalam, in Sheikh Anta's village over there, his city right now. But it's like 18 Safar, you can celebrate the departure, but also you can celebrate the arrival, both of it. Why? Because on the 18th Safar, the Sheikh left.
Yeah,
that's where the trial starts.
My understanding,
right? And where he started to have all the problem. But every date, arrival, I mean anniversary of that 18th Safar, he used to have many trials again, hard stuff coming to his body, to his mind, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because of what he's supposed to have. From the first 18th Safar to till 1921, he was in TOUBA. And he used to come, I mean, all these effect he used to feel that was very hard, troubling, coming from the Lord, that is part of the, you know, the contract with the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. On that last one, he didn't feel nothing.
Oh my God.
At the, it used to be from night, that's why they say.
Before he left.
No, after he came back.
Yeah, I'm saying before he left this earth.
This earth.
Yeah.
For 7 years before he left.
Yeah.
So at that morning, he was ready to prepare himself, you know, gathering to see, to wait for the same, you know, effect. But he didn't feel nothing. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to him and told them, from today, all your trials are over.
Oh my
It's not going to be no hardship anymore.
Oh my God.
So at that particular 18 Safar, or that date, I'm not sure it's 1921 or 1922, it's one of those 2 dates. He called out his disciple and tell him, remember this day. This is the day I have everything from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Inshallah.
So we're celebrating 18 Safar. So 18 Safar have many dimensions. It has the dimension of the departure, dimension of every 18 Safar, he felt the same hard feeling, but also the last one, he didn't get anything. So we're celebrating 18 Safar, which is just a huge date. This is a mistake, though. Even when the president went there, he said about the 18 Safar, the arrival. He wasn't wrong. It's a departure, but it goes along the line of many 18 Safar that happened in the life of our Sheikh, the unique one, Rasul Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba Khadim al-Mustafa. When we said about Sheikh al-Khadim, you mentioned S.Fallou before. We're going to advance a little bit to come back to Gambia, because it's like we're going to talk about the situation over there. You see, there's these writings, there's his sons, there's the city. What intrigues you? What captivates you on Sheikh al-Khadim? Really, if you look through his life, you said about the exile, the hardship, but what is it when you think of Sering Touba? Some people is like they're telling me his person, you know, the way he dresses, his writings. But to you, what is it? What captivates you?
Him being very pious, that he deserted the earth. He deserted all the goodies of life. Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba, that he deserted all the goodies of life. That he wanted nothing on this earth. The only thing he was concerned about is how he would be obedient and close to God.
La ilaha illallah.
The way I, from what I read on Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba, he didn't have the time that we used to have now to dress up nice. He didn't have pocket to keep money and stuff like that. He didn't need anything. Look at the time he spent in writing Qasida, praises to the Almighty and to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Look at the time he dedicates in praising the name of God, if you know what I'm saying. So he never had time for anything. He never had time for life. You understand what I'm saying? All he was, like, he fought with his nafsu. He's, you know, all what he needed in this world, he put aside just to be close to the Almighty God.
And how close he was.
Yeah. And he became so close to God, really, to the extent that he did the unimaginable.
Absolutely.
He was close to God. That was the reason why he was able to pray in the sea.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Who will volunteer to do that? It is belief. It is, you know, something that God has injected in you. Absolutely. But it is the belief he had, that when you believe in and trust God, nothing is impossible. So the extent that Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba has gone in deserting life and dedicating himself to God, to all what the Almighty God wanted. Yeah, that is the reason why, for me, that is the best thing that, you know, that I love in Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba.
I'm sure he will love that answer, though.
I love everything.
Right.
I love everything. And in St. Louis, the 2 rakas he prayed in St. Louis, when people did not believe, when the white men would, you know, were taking our people to hell and back, he was the only person who stood there. Like the Wolof said, Ben Kala mo fa amon, Sering Touba mo khosal. You understand what I'm saying? Look at where he was taken. Everywhere he was taken, the only thing that he used to talk about is that God is one, the Almighty is one. He believed to an extent that is unimaginable. Definitely. Definitely.
I mean, like I said, he will absolutely love that question. Again, Sohna AISSATU NDIAYE beautifully answered the question of what attracted her to Sheikh al-Khadim. That's what Sheikh al-Khadim taught us. I mean, just to be true Muslim, to be a good Muslim, to practice, to better ourselves. This is the purpose of life. Do the inner cleansing. And Sheikh al-Khadim have all the tools necessary for all the adherence of this particular order. order. If you join us, join Sheikh Al-Khadim, obviously you're going to be able to do that, meaning looking close to his lifestyle, how he did it, how he made it from the trials, his writing, but his sons, his city. There's many you can learn from Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, Khadim al-Mustafa, and also your relationship with the Sayyid Ibrahim Mbake. Tell us about your Sheikh, your own Sheikh. He accepted you, he's guiding you.
Yeah.
Tell us about Sheikh Ibrahim, how he is.
By Sheikh.
By Sheikh.
We call it by Sheikh Ibrahim Mbake.
Right.
One of his wives is my sister, Sohna Fadjo.
Sohna Fadjo.
Sheikh Ibrahim Mbake is the father of Sheikh Abdou, Sheikh Murtala, Sheikh Abo.
Where he lives in TOUBA?
He lives in Damatu, near the hospital.
Okay.
He is a very down-to-earth and modest person. Yeah.
Most of S.Fallou's sons, though, they have very good heart. That's exactly.
And very friendly and jovial. Whenever you go to his house, what you will see is he is just like, you would not even be able to.
That's the Mureed way.
To distinguish who the leader is, who the sheikh is, because you will see him and the family. He will make us laugh. He's very jovial. He's very friendly, and that's it. And for me, I really appreciate him.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Since I got dedicated, it was this year, it was too tight, but last year I renewed my dedication to him.
You did.
I do it every Magal.
MashaAllah.
If I have the opportunity, I'll come and I will renew my dedication to him. That is what they call Jebolu. Because I believe that in this brotherhood, thank you, I believe that in this brotherhood, if you want to be a pure, true Mureed, you need a leader.
Absolutely.
You need a spiritual leader. And that was why my brother came all the way from America, Hadi Mustafa.
Hadi Mustafa.
Yeah.
He's in Senegal right now, or he's still?
No, he's in New York.
In New York, all right.
And his lovely wife from Zina Moore.
Right.
He was called Norman Moore, but officially he changed his name and he went to the newspapers and changed his name to Hadi Mustafa Mbake.
Right.
And he was, dedicated to Serigne Abo Mbake. I took him to Serigne Abo Mbake, and through that, you realize. Even people from the other side of the wall know the system now. You will come. It's not only that I'm a Mureed, I am a Mureed, I love Serigne Touba, I belong to Serigne Touba. You need to dedicate yourself to somebody. Yeah. Tomorrow, if you are about to answer to the call of the Almighty God, what you need is, it is your sheikh or a member or anybody's close to him or whatsoever that will stand before you, pray for you, and then take you to your final home, which is very important. I keep telling people where I live that it is not only believing in Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba or loving Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. You have to there are do's and don'ts. The ones you are allowed to do, you do them. The ones you're not allowed to do, don't do them.
Don't get close.
Because that is what Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba has taught us. And then go and dedicate yourself to one, to a member of his family of your own choice. If you want, go to S.Fallou's family or any other family, but make sure you dedicate yourself to them, and make sure whenever it is time for the Magals, and from time to time, you have to be close to them also.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you really have to be close to them.
Absolutely. He says, "Touba li abdin muridin sadiqin lahumu bi khidmatin aw bi hubbin aw hadiyati." Touba being is when you join the community, you're going to have first, if you have a sheikh, to love him, to work for him, and then to give out hidayah, meaning give out gifts for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you join the order, there's, like she said, there's much more to do than just say, I'm a Mureed. You have to, practice really. Mureedism is in Islam. You have to practice the deen and then see, better yourself, make yourself, your spirit grow. That's the purpose of being a Mureed, meaning heading to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, yes, we have the actual Khalif right now, Sheikh Muntaha, son of Sheikh Bashir, the Khalif of the order, who is very dedicated in education, though. That's his task, though. That's what he wants. You met the Sheikh, the Khalif?
No, not yet.
You're planning to do a
I will hopefully wish to, because I'm thinking of writing a book, which is not easy, on the life and times of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba and Mam Sheikh Ibrahim Fall. I have got up to about 30 pages, but it has stopped somewhere. So I am waiting for some some time and other materials that I will need to come to TOUBA proper and do the work to make sure that you get the real true stories and true versions of what happened. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I've not met the Khalif General, although I will wish to. I really wish to.
But when you meet your own sheikh, though, you know, vice versa, you also did your ziyar to the Khalif. My next question would have been, because he has planned, though, like I said, he's want to build a university, and you know how important education is, though.
It is very important.
If the sheikh wrote, he said, karamati qattu yadi, my karama, my miracles, is my writings, and usually it's not really well studied. You know, we have majalis, mean groups of circles that are learning some of the books, but it's not, you know, really modernly learn like what the sheikh wants to do. What do you think about that? Education, the importance of education in society, in the Mureed community.
It starts in Islam. Yeah, you have to. Is that what not they call Iqra bismi rabbika?
Right.
You have to
Recite.
learn.
Absolutely.
In order to obey and worship God, you have to learn and know who you worship. You understand? I think it starts in Islam first. In Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba was somebody that if you really want to be part of him or the brotherhood, you need to learn a lot about him and you need to know about him. You know, when you go to the other side of the world, some people will give you stories. They will just listen to, you know, some versions of what Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba did, and that is what they will keep narrating. No, it doesn't. It has to be something that you read, that you understand. The internet is everywhere. There are so many things that you can learn through the internet. Your network is here. For example, Echo from TOUBA. Had I not joined you, I would not have known that such a thing exists.
Right.
And this is very important. I have never seen a program of this nature in Senegal in any television company.
Absolutely.
To tell you the honest truth. Because you can see some religious programs, but programs that is meant for people in the other side of the world, that is spoken, for example, in English. And, you know, it's satisfying so many people from the other side of the world. It's the first time I am seeing, from as far as I'm concerned.
Right, absolutely, absolutely.
So, definitely, education is important. For me, it is important. You do research, you do education, you try and gather as much material as possible. That is what I'm trying to do as far as I'm concerned. Because if you approach me and ask me, why are you a Mureed? I should be able to tell you.
Answer, right.
If somebody asks me who Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba is, I should be able to tell the person who Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba is.
You should represent.
Where was the Sheikh taken? Because everybody knows Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba was taken to so many places just to frustrate him and desist him from following God. But they didn't make it. It didn't work. Because he believed that God is only one, and that is what he has been teaching, and that is what he has been traveling with. Everywhere the white man took him, that is what he was using as his own arm. You understand? That
Absolutely.
is Allahu Ahad. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So really, for me, education is very important. We need to educate ourselves about, because he has written so much. Say Ahmadu Bamba, as far as, well, I understand, there are some they threw in the sea, they said.
Absolutely.
Some he drank, some that are in the libraries, and some that are
buried
not even
in the ground,
seen.
right.
Some buried in the ground. So, you know, it is something.
Even a lot of people say there was 7 tons. 7 tons were what in Jurubel they found in his compound. There was the books in his compound, but there was books in his sheikh, like Yagi just said. It was so much more than that. So it's such a beautiful answer, though. Education is so important.
It's very important.
Absolutely. So Sheikh Muntaha is about to build a university, and he explained how he wholeheartedly wants that university to stand. So wherever you are in the diaspora, I said about the thanks for the promotion, though. So you can go to our page, though, Facebook page, and like the page, though. We're just doing this for an opportunity for the diaspora to at least have an idea what's going on. There's echo from TOUBA, to have an echo from our city, to understand what this city is about. This city is about Islam. This city is about promoting the values, the characters of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. إِنَّمَا الْبُعِثْتُ لِحُتَّمِّمَ الْمَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. Those akhlaq that Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam promoted. The reason why Sheikh Ahmad Bamba created this city, the reason why Sheikh Ahmad Bamba went all these trials, did all he did for the sake of the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So education is important. So Senegal Chekanam, all the Mureed, we should really gather ourselves. This is really a very important time now, right now, to just give out all the ideas and make this realization happen, meaning the new university of Sheikh Ahmad Bamba, Sheikh Abdul Ahad, by the way, started a long time ago. Also, she's a disciple, of course, in S.Fallou. I forgot to send my salam to the Caliph of Sheikh S.Fallou, Seigneur Abu Mbake, very pious, very quiet person, you know, doing a lot of work in underground, alhamdulillah. But also Sheikh Abdul Karim Makarim al-Akhlaq, who had really changed many youngsters in our city. I used to live in GAYE, you know. I've seen how that city was before Sheikh Abdul Karim came to those youngsters, and how he transformed those people, helped them really stay in the community, have ethic, work hard in order to succeed. So alhamdulillah, thanks to Seigneur Abdul Karim Makarim al-Akhlaq, but also to my Sheikh Abdul Ahad, Sheikh Murtada ibn Sheikh Abdul Ahad, my Sheikh, I'm from the Sheikh Abdul Ahad family.
Oh, really?
Sheikh Murtada, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. So nice to have you again. I mean, Miss AISSATU NDIAYE, working for Paradise TV and you know, radio station over there. Hopefully we're going to have many more exchanges with Lamfal. That's the purpose of it. Our director, the owner, Sering Aliu Chun, wants really to extend to, you know, outreach to other communities, especially in Gambia. We're going to talk and see how we going to work together, inshallah. So here you are now again in Gambia. Just to finish our conversation in the program, tell us about how Gambia changed from Yaya Jammeh. How did you live with this ruling? And tell us about Yaya Jammeh, who was ruling first, though.
Well, he was a president for 22 years.
Right.
As far as people like us are concerned, you know, he has been a dictator.
He was.
When we say dictator, we do not say that the particular person does not have some good deeds, but there were certain things that he was using his own power, forgetting about human rights. You understand?
Absolutely.
So if you really respect human and people's rights, there are certain things that you will leave them to do on their own. That is freedom. Give them the freedom they require. But unfortunately, you know, his reign ended in 2016 when Honorable Ousseynou Dabo wanted to become president, and unfortunately he was locked up in prison. So they elected. There was a what do you call it? The coming up of the different parties.
The council, or?
Oh, what do you call it? All the parties came together and they wanted to...
The coalition.
The coalition, sorry.
Right.
There was a coalition in which Honour Adam Barrow was the
member of
head, and he was taken from the United Democratic Party to lead the coalition, and he won and became president. One thing I like about President Adam Barrow is that guy is a gentleman.
Is he?
Oh yes, he's a gentleman.
Before I come to Barrow, I just want to know, because sometimes also in Africa, all the head states, when they refuse, you know, influences from Europe, from America, from other countries, they've been accused automatically to dictatorship. I don't know, is it because I've never been to Gambia myself though, but is it because he didn't want to be either the influence of, you know, those countries I've mentioned, because of that he was accused of dictator, or was really firsthand you felt the dictatorship in Gambia?
Well, he was accused of being a dictator for the simple reason that there were so many things that were happening in the country that did not respect people's rights. So, you know, as a result, As a result, like I said, the people who have been killed, people who have been tortured, people who have been, people.
Because I remember recently there was a Senegalese who were killed also during the recent killing before his departure.
Really?
Yeah, there was it was some kind of from prison, some work.
Something.
It was, you know.
Yeah, but for me, what was missing in his government was, for me, that it was only freedom. He needed to give the people the freedom to
the space they needed
to express themselves. Give the people the freedom to move, to do whatever they wanted to do, which was missing. Unfortunately, he was, just taken away, and then we have another president who was sworn in here.
What happened is right. That's what I exactly want to go to right now. Here we go. GAYE is, there was an election. He refused to go. And then the community have to intervene, and then those critical moments when GAYE wasn't, he's gonna go, he's not gonna go, the coalition gonna come in. How Gambia lived that particular critical moment?
Do you know during the election day, I was unable to go, almost unable to go back home because that place, the border was closed. Yeah.
There was a lot of refugees who came to Senegal.
Oh yeah, so many people came here to Senegal. I was connecting with my boss. I would like to send some greetings to him, DJ Colos. He's the one who taught me. He was my master at the Dunia FM.
Right.
Yeah, I sent some greetings to him. He's been very helpful to me.
Right.
So I was with him. We were collaborating on the radio, and I was whenever I have some results, I would transmit the results to him, and then he will say, he will announce them in the radio station.
Right.
You understand? But basically, it is not easy. It is not easy. Governance it's a nice thing.
Right.
In West Africa or in Africa, it is not easy for leaders to just leave peacefully and go. Yeah. It is not easy for them to sit, for example, for 1 term or 2 term and peacefully go and let others come.
Because of the convenience that goes along with...
Because of the convenience and the corruption rate and stuff like that. So they feel like this is my home, this is something that I inherit, for example, and they will never wish to go. So they end up being forced to leave, which is something that is bringing Africa, getting Africa backwards. Because anytime such things happen, there is the tendency of having a fight. That was what was about to happen in the Gambia. Yeah. Had it not been the intervention, they say, of your president.
Of Sall.
Yeah. I'm not sure whether that is...
That was a community. There was ECOWAG, what's the name of the community? ECOMIC, right.
Yeah.
Right. With Nigeria, with many countries that got along.
So fortunately, peace prevailed because that country... Our country is too small.
It is. It doesn't need that.
Yeah, to undergo
no country in Africa needs it. All small countries. They don't need war or all these.
And therefore, I want to send my regards and thanks to His Excellency the President, Alhaji Adama Barrow. Yeah,
we're getting political now.
For his good work, and the Vice President, who happens to be my godfather, Alhaji Hussein Darboe. Yeah.
Okay. So I just to progressively move on. Here, GAYE is gone. The coalition got to power. The president sworn in Dakar with the help of Sall. Now he's there's a lot of expectancy though from the city, from the community of Gambia. Is it now they meeting? I mean, the government is meeting the population. What they're expecting right now?
Yeah.
Is it in another way? Is Barrows doing well?
He is doing well as far as I'm concerned. There was we expect so much from him. But let me tell you one thing: the government is a combination of people who are very, focused on what they want. That is the president and the vice president. Gambia was torn into pieces. A country that has been torn to that nature will need time to rebuild. Right. You understand what I'm saying? It cannot all be done in a day. But I believe some time ago, the president was outside, having a tour of the capital city of Banjul with the mayor of Banjul, Rohey Malick Lowe, my leader.
Right.
And he went all over Banjul. He went everywhere. He looked at the roads, he looked at the places, he looked at everything. And then gave the people the assurance that by the grace of God, everything is going to be okay. We believe him.
You do.
Yeah. Barrow is somebody.
It's hard to be, sometimes, you know, when you're president of a country like Gambia or Senegal, people think that you just have to go get some money from the president. It's not. When I say progress, meeting the expectancy of the population, I mean by getting infrastructures, especially helping on education, building school, make sure every kid has the right to go to school, does that. And that's what I really mean, development, progress, not just, you know, money is thrown in ballrooms.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
In fact,
it's not like that. Like money is just circling in a closed circle, not really going through the trend.
Yeah, basically, the beginning to meet the expectations of the people. For example, the mayor of Banjul, when she was campaigning,
you worked with, right?
Yeah, Rohim Malik Law.
Right.
She said her major focus will be on women and youth, because she realized so many women are unemployed and they are housewives and they are suffering in their own homes. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
When I become mayor, what I will do is I will help you in facilitating microfinances so that you can also do your own business and, you know, help as much as your husband goes to work and come back. Then you will do something to support and at least make some, you know, ends meet for yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Then when she was elected as mayor, she, some time ago, she donated about 10 million. She gave $10 million as a microfinance at the beginning. It's about 120 million CFA. Banjul is a small town.
It is, right.
And she gave it out to the women, saying, look at what you want to do. Form yourself in groups, and then I can help you to work. Moreover, and the youths and stuff like that. She is doing very well. My mayor is doing very well. I'm not being biased, but she is doing very well. Likewise, likewise the president
and the vice president as well.
And the vice president, yeah. It will take little time, but come, you know, in the next year or two, definitely we'll see progress in the Gambia. Really.
I will give it a time in ECHO from TOUBA. Hopefully we're going to go and interview those mayor and also
welcome.
President Barrow to see how they're doing.
Yeah.
Again, education is, I think, still believe is the way to go for our population, and also get work for the young generation, though, to have work. Beautifully said, Miss NDIAYE, AISSATU, working for Paradise Radio, who did some, you know, learned in England some journalism skills, and right now stayed in Gambia and help promote and help for the development of his own country. This is like Senegal, Gambia, they're all small countries. We had a confederation before. What is it? Is there any plan in the future for Senegal and Gambia to get together again?
I think there is no problem between Senegal and the Gambia as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely right.
The people do not have problems. Maybe the governments do have problems in the past, but I don't think that exists anymore. I think there is a smooth working relationship between the two governments. Right. And that is very important. It's very important. It is too small, though. Banjul is too small, and it is in the middle of Senegal. Well, like
the population.
The population is about maybe 3 million.
3 million
now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Maybe.
Though.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. Alhamdulillah.
Maybe. I'm just guessing, but
right. Close to that.
Yeah, close to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Beautiful. And also, I said about the Youth Confederation of Senegal and Gambia. On top of that, I'm one of those, you know, gentlemen who believe that African unity is just a must. Because Senegal can stand for influences from by himself. Gambia cannot do that. Nigeria cannot do that. A lot of people like Kwame Nkrumah and many others did that for, you know, Thomas Sankara a while ago, for Africa to get together. What about African unity? What is your stand about that?
That's very important, like you said. It is very important. Although for me, I really think it is the people, we the people need to, you know, look at what exactly we want. The change should be in us. You understand what I'm saying? But unity is a matter of must. We need to unite. We need to be together.
Like, they still have African unit, you know, ONU or UA or whatever you call they call them. But I don't see any impact.
Maybe the organizations are doing very well, but really, the unity is a matter of must. Yeah, it will be hard to achieve. But maybe one fine day we will in the near future.
Don't you think the basis should be also education?
Education
the
is
youngsters, they have what they call here, kindergartens, call Cases des tout petits, huts for youngsters that they started, Mr. Ward started before. And it was a very important program to start from grassroots,
from
youngsters,
the grassroots,
right, and help them have an idea of unity is important, not to have in your mind ethnic belonging that really holds you from progressing. I'm a Wolof, I'm a Serer, I'm a Halpula,
tribalism.
I'm a tribe. That's ridiculous. That's really what's killing Africa, to my own belief. What do you think about education, investing on that?
It is very important. Like you said, to start from the grassroots is very important. I think the way and manner in which my own country is doing is a step in the right direction. I just think it is a step in the right direction.
Right.
Yeah, education, for example, especially for girls, for example, it's been promoted by the office of the mayor of Banjul.
Beautiful.
Really. She is trying by all means to make sure
all girls went to school.
All the girls will go to school.
Beautiful.
Like I said, I've not spoken about my representation at the Gambia National Women's Council. It is our responsibility to help to fight for women's rights.
Right.
What belongs to us to be given to us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, the Gambia National Women's Council is under the office of the Vice President, under the leadership of Fanta Baiseka. She is the Executive Director of Gambia National Women's Bureau.
Right.
And Mrs. Ami Fabure is the chairperson of the Gambia National Women's Council. We meet every 3 months. We discuss issues and we organize programs. And we do our own activities, sensitize, facilitate in order to make sure that we fight for, what really rightfully belongs to women.
To women.
Yeah, we realized there was not many women in the political arena. We realized we do not appoint much women in the cabinet. We realized it is only men in top positions, and those men you clap for them and sing for them when they get into politics, and at the end of the day, they will take the top positions, and we will go back. That is what we want to fight for, to make sure that whatever belongs to the man will also belong to the woman. You understand what I'm saying?
Women are fragile in Africa.
Absolutely.
They need all the help they can have.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We always agree with that. They are our mothers, our sisters, and our daughters.
Yeah.
They need help. Yeah, go ahead.
So I think it is very important when I talk to Aurora Drame, the CEO of Paradise, we will see what we can do together.
Absolutely.
It was also my intention to come and look for collaboration here in Senegal.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That is why he sent me here to come to Senegal to look to get some collaboration from televisions or radios, so that some of the business partners in Senegal whose products are being consumed in the Gambia can come in the Gambia and invest. You understand, in the marketing from our television and radio company. So really it is, I am glad to be associated to you, and I hope this is not going to be the end, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it is a very fruitful beginning.
Beautiful.
And I realize, it is a television of a difference, like I would say it again, because the programs does not only have to be entertainment all the time. When we watch TV, we need more than entertainment.
Absolutely.
We want you to entertain the people to make us happy, but also educate the people, let them see what they really
I think
need to see.
there's all flavors in mainstream media, but this particular one is committed to Sheikh Al-Khadim. He's committed to his work, he's committed to Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the teaching of Rasulullah and Islam as well. Sheikh Ali Uchun is listening to you, and the collaboration hopefully will continue. We already have you're a member of the WhatsApp group.
Is he the CEO?
He's the CEO, he's the owner and the director and the CEO.
My regards to
Ali Uchun.
Sheikh Ali Uchun.
Beautiful.
It is my pleasure being here.
Absolutely.
And I think you will send a crew to the Gambia to come and work with us in some way or the other.
Inshallah.
It is my pleasure.
An hour is just so fast, it's gone already, so I'm going to just leave you with your last word before we close the...
Yeah, I want to thank my family in Senegal. I want to thank my family in Senegal. I want to thank everybody. My father is a Senegalese. I say thank you to my family, especially those in Castor, Margaret Bay in Castor, the daughter of Fatulu in Italy. She helped me to facilitate my attire to come here,
right.
and that's it. I say thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Ndeye Maguette Bey. I love you.
Thanks everyone for watching, and thank you Sokhna AISSATU for joining us on this program, and also my salam to all the Gambian families watching this program, and also abroad from England and throughout the diaspora. Inshallah, always welcome. If you want to be participate in the program, just give me an inbox on Facebook on my page, Echo from TOUBA page, and don't forget also to like that page. Inshallah, this program happens every 2 weeks right here on Lamfal. Thanks to Sheikh Ali Chun also for all the help though he's given us in order to promote this particular show. Until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Jërëjëf Serigne Touba. Jërëjëf Lak Imam Cheikh Ibrahima Fall.
Le programme suivant sera en anglais.
رمنا سكر الذي بالكاب والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون رمنا سكر الذي بالكاب والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون